I have great people next to me right now. Today I have Tovana, our producer, and the most important one, but let's not ever forget, the managing director.
And let me just kind of put this on record. This is my first podcast.
What?
This is kind of a special moment for me to be part of the podcast here at the Richfield campus. Happy to be here and happy to be amongst such great people as well, Savannah and yourself. So I hope the questions are not too difficult.
No. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Relax. Yeah.
So, ladies, what do you all have in store for me?
We want to know what is your vision for the future of Richfield and how do you see it evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And just to kind of before I answer what is the vision, I mean, let's take a kind of a step back into the past. So, firstly, I'm alumni of Richfield, right?
Wow.
So I studied here in 2002, and I did a few undergrad qualifications.
How was it you were born?
So I'm not hoping I'm not giving away my age, but studied here in 2002, got a qualification, and after getting out there on the road, I mean, things were tough then, and I'm sure things are tough now, especially when you're a graduate. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm officially unemployed. I can't collect any UIF because I haven't worked anyway, and I can't stay at home because I've already studied and graduated. So you need to go out there into the working world. You need to find a job. And it was difficult. My first job was at Mr. Price, and I used to pack clothes and vacuum the floors and so on. And
you gotta start somewhere.
you have to start somewhere, and you kind of, irrespective of what the job is, as long as you got a job. And I was excited to have that job. And I think after I just got an opportunity at Richfield at that time. And I think one of the things, just touch on a little bit of it, is that I created a good network with the people within the institution. So whenever there was a task to be done, or whenever there was work that needed to be done, or support or assistance to be provided at absolutely no cost, my services were very much free, and I should make myself available. And I should always kind of show up when people needed me, and that's what got me an opportunity within the institution. And I got my first job as a junior lecturer. And then from then kind of just work towards different milestones within the business. So I think that's the context of Richfield. So with me and my background in terms of the brand, being here pretty much from the time of a student to where I am now. And I think in terms of the vision is for our students to kind of also have that same experience, that it doesn't matter that you don't have a job when you're about to graduate or when you graduate. It's about what you do within your time as a student here, and the networks that you create and the relationships that you make, and thereafter just kind of having that will to persevere and to look for something. So the vision is to kind of emulate that within all of the campuses and make sure that our students kind of get the same sense of experience, and for them to kind of also think that, okay, there is a future for me, but I need to be the custodian of that future. I need to get off that chair, and I need to move, and I need to find that job.
Yes.
I hope that answers the question.
Also, quickly repeat this other part of Solana forgot to emphasize. It's like, how do you see Richfield, not only this campus but all campuses? How do you see it evolving through the next, let's say, 10 years at least?
Richfield started off, offering a certain product or a certain offering, and we've gone from a small kind of offering to a very wide offering, all the way up to your NQF level 9, which is the Masters in Business Administration.
Yes.
So, and we've already kind of made applications for other qualifications and so on. So I think as the world evolves, the brand evolves as well. If you guys check out our socials and so on, you'll see that we are offering a lot of different type of programs. Our CEO is giving a lecture or a workshop on artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is now at the forefront of every kind of business and every kind of conversation. ChatGPT, Claude, a whole lot of other kind of platforms are being utilized, and I think this is how we evolve as an institution, to make sure that we don't kind of see it as a threat, but see it as an opportunity. I mean, from a trade perspective, and all of us know that this is true, that a lot of students kind of use these type of platforms to answer questions
Yes.
and answer their
Yes.
assignments and so on. And
Mm.
look, I mean, it's great to get context about a certain kind of aspect within your qualification, but at the same time you need to use it responsibly. And I think the for us to introduce it within our qualifications or our kind of educational space is kind of teaching our students in our Richfield community of how to use artificial intelligence responsibly,
Yes.
and how to kind of move forward with the ever-changing world. So that's the kind of future of Richfield, is to evolve with the ever-changing environment and the landscape of not only South Africa, but globally.
I love the response that you gave. Is giving us also hope that not only will be also evolving with the world, but then also at the same time as we are learning and as we are like growing, and there are other generations to come, they will be able to also grow with us as a community. I have a question myself. What initiatives are in place to improve student engagement and ensure that their voices are heard in decision-making process?
This is student engagement. I mean,
Yes.
your guys have created a podcast, and what better way to kind of hear from our students and to get our students connected? I mean, we had a discussion offline, and I said, this is the start of something that can kind of be amplified across the country to all of our campuses, and you can get and harness our entire Richfield community, and kind of have this podcast everywhere. So this is part of the student engagement, and the whole point of student engagement is not just to kind of have a party. Like a couple years ago, and even till now, I think a big thing at the public universities and some of the private institutions is the freshers. But if you look at the freshers, what is it? It's getting students together, finding a DJ, and them having a party. But
Yeah.
what do they take away from that? You know, what kind of experience do you take away from it, and how do you then use that in the future? So all of the student engagement that my team and I put together across the country is all specifically focused to drive student engagement, but to make sure that whatever function you have on campus is something that's deliberate, something that will make an impact, not only on the students over here, but also within your community, within your social environments, and so on. So this is a sterling example of that, the podcast. And I mean, we're starting it off now. This is like what, your second, third show. Eventually it'll be like 130 shows. You'll be across the country. MacG has nothing on you.
Yeah, you could have nothing
It's
on
gonna
us,
be
honestly.
it's gonna be exceptionally cool. And then to talk about other student engagements, we had great events. In the past, let's talk about first semester. Hackathon has been on our calendar since last year or the previous year. What did we add new over here? We started off with the FIFA League across the country. Our students from Musgrave came up on top over there. We had a regional soccer event across the two provinces. Gauteng played the four campuses, and there was a winner there. Not sure. I think it was Pretoria. And in KZN, unfortunately, it wasn't Amshlanga Park Square again. It was Musgrave. But we haven't done that in the past, right? And we got students together to mingle with one another and also to network and create those bonds and relationships. And then to talk about second semester, we kicked off with the Women's Day event on the 8th of August, which was really fabulous across the country. Great guest speakers. We had Raylene Padiachi, our alumni, that finished her qualification through distance learning and is making kind of headways within industries and so on, that comes back to give to our students, not only for the Women's Day event, but she was there for graduations as well. And I'm sure we had lots of other people within this campus and other campuses as well. We kicked off with our top achiever functions across the country. It started in Pretoria, did Newtown, did Centurion, did Bryanston on Monday, Musgrave yesterday, and here we are today. We did the same thing here in Park Square, and we're going to do the same thing in Polokwane. We're going to do the same thing in Cape Town as well. So all of this is part of student experience and engagement, right? And then what's the future? What lies in the road ahead? What's the future for student experience for 2024 and going into 2025? I mean, career day planned for the 21st of August, and the aim of and objective of there is to kind of not only introduce our students to different career pathways and so on, but also to kind of get industry people, into the auditoriums, giving our students those talks, telling them what to expect in the working environment and what type of industries they come from, what type of qualifications, what other skill sets you require as a young person to get to that level. But also bringing in recruitment companies. There's a lot of people not only within Richfield or Richfield community, but across the country, that have the mindset that if I go and give my CV to a recruitment agency, they're going to take like 10% or 20% of my salary, which is not true, right? Recruitment agencies work in such a way where they gather and they pull together a pool of talent, and then they kind of speak to different clients in the industry and say, okay, we've got XYZ individuals, and when those companies require your services, your recruitment agency connects you. And whatever monetary values need to be paid off comes out from that hiring company between the recruitment agency and themselves. The student has nothing to do with that, or the graduate that's looking for work has nothing to do with that. So it's important for people to understand how do recruitment agencies work and so on, and how, what impact it can make on you in terms of finding a quality job. So, that's pretty much what's happening in Career Day. I want to add in a new component over there as well,
Okay.
with Entrepreneurship Day as well. So, for Hackathon, it's mainly focusing on the IT side. So for our business study students, I mean, I'm a business person, right? So I studied IT, and I migrated over into business. I did a BCom internally within Richfield, and then post-grad an MBA somewhere else, right? So I'm a business person, right? So I feel that we kind of need to add a little bit more
Yes.
to our BMS students and make their experience just as great as the IT students.
Yes.
Share the love, right?
Yes.
We want to share the
Yeah.
love. So we're going to have Entrepreneurship Day as well, coupled with Career Day on the 21st of August, allowing students to showcase their talent. So if you have a product, you have a business idea, whatever it is you want to do, you come to campus, you kind of showcase that. If you want to sell popcorn, you sell popcorn, and we see who's the best entrepreneur for the day. And if that works out successful, then what stops us from having a market day every month, and students just kind of supporting students,
Yes.
Yes.
I saw a post from, I don't know whether Elon Musk said it or not, right? But I saw a post on Facebook or TikTok where they said, Elon Musk said that why go and do baby showers and all of these other functions where you go and give gift vouchers and you buy this and buy that. When a new person or a person opens up a new business, an entrepreneur has a startup, why don't we do the same thing and go and give them a printer and support them and give them access to fiber or a little router or something, just to support that entrepreneur to get them off the ground.
Yes.
And I think these are the little things that we need to do as a Richfield community to help our fellow students as well, to start up. And I think by us having these little market days, it builds confidence, self-esteem,
Yes.
and you kind of able to see in the early infant stages of what it is really to run a business
Yeah.
and how you'll be successful. On another note, I think within the economy of South Africa, I think one of the sayings that comes up in every political meeting at Parliament, wherever it is, they always say that for South Africa's economy to grow, we have to create more entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We have to create
That's
more
very
small
good.
businesses and so on.
Yes.
So let's start here.
Yeah.
Let's start here.
That's amazing. I actually own my own business, so that I own a skincare business.
Right.
So I think that is such a beneficial thing for business students because this is going to sound like a complaint, but it really isn't. Students talk about how the IT students have so much going for them and the business students have nothing.
I am a business student. I'm studying BCom currently, and I feel like there is a lot of more. How can I say this? There's a lot of more opportunities for the IT students than the business students, and I feel like more like when let's say someone from an IT company or someone who's already has their own company in the IT field, or something that has to do with the information technology field,
Yeah.
they have more opportunities. For us business students, there's not much. And I was like, I'm not complaining or anything like, but I just feel like it would have been nice if also someone who is entrepreneurial or someone who has their own who's in the business field that can come and also give us a perspective, their perspective on how things are going, how should we do this in order for us to know what we can expect in the future. So like, yeah, she is right. There are more opportunities towards the IT side than the BMS side actually.
Yeah. I mean, do you want a response there? Happy to respond. I mean,
You can respond.
it
Or
goes-
no comment.
Yeah.
it goes back to what I said, right? I mean, we have seen this as a team. within the institution, we've seen this, and that is why we want to have this career day coupled with an entrepreneurial day to give students this opportunity to showcase their talents and bring that kind of synergy, just like what we do on the IT side, bring a similar synergy onto the BMS side as well. So we kind of identified that as an area of concern, and we're putting corrective action into place. So, I mean, but with our students collectively across the country, together with our academic faculty, team members, and so on, we just need to make sure that we also kind of contribute. So if you know somebody within industry that's making headway, feel free to put it forward. Speak to Mr. Singh and tell him that this person is available. Can we please have a session? And even if it's 30 minutes or an hour and so on, get everybody in the auditorium and let them be exposed to such things.
Yeah.
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 Collectively, we will solve this problem.
Yeah. I agree with what.
And just a question to Savannah, have you kind of brought your skincare products to campus, and have people kind of...
I've never heard of anything of yours. Never.
We haven't.
This is a podcast. I've never heard of this.
Oh, so it's a podcast, you can be honest.
Yeah, I've
Please.
never heard of anything.
No, actually, we had a market day last year
Yeah.
on Heritage Day. So I did bring my products on campus. Some people were not there, so it's not my
Sure
fault.
that I was not there. Are you sure?
What did you buy from the market day?
Yeah. Let's just do a quick check. Behind the scenes, camera crew and so on. If you can
Behind
just
the
raise
scenes.
your hands if you've heard about Savannah's products before.
First time hearing it here.
So you see, literally everybody's saying that
I
it's
am a
like the
viewer
first
So
time.
look, I mean, it's not a problem. It's an opportunity.
Yes.
And that's how we must look at things. I mean, that day is beautiful. I mean, that's an opportunity where it's saying that we haven't heard of your products. Now we want to hear about your products.
Yeah.
And that is what we want to do with all the rest of our students. Imagine how many other Savannahs we have in the campus that have products, that do things on the sideline to earn a living. I mean, the stories that y'all guys will get, I mean, it'll just be kind of great. So, yeah, something that y'all must kind of investigate. Podcast number 4, I think.
Did you guys love our MD's insights? Well, that was just the beginning. Don't miss part 2 where we dive deeper into our college MD's vision. Hit subscribe and stay tuned, stay curious, and stay connected.